This is like the, do we get the fist pump and automatically jumping up and down and all that? There we go, Mike.
Yo! Hey,
Let's
what's
get
up?
it. Look,
R.I.P.
welcome to,
Avicii, man.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Avicii,
R.I.P.
man.
Avicii, man. It's got everybody through your first early stages of raves. If you ever rave, the shit is epic. But
I'm a pill
R.I.P.
popping
Avicii,
animal,
man.
Yeah.
And welcome to Hunt Club Podcast. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna get through these intros. Quick as shit. To my left, I got Jamel.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back.
To my right, I got Mike.
Hello, world.
And then in the middle is me,
The hostess with the most.
the host with the most. You ain't lying, man. How you guys feeling, man?
I'm good.
You
I'm
good?
Gucci.
Jamel, how
I'm
you feeling?
straight.
I'm good, man. Can't complain. It's actually a special holiday today.
Really? What is it?
It's Lamar Day.
Lamar
It is
Day.
It's Lamar Jackson
Yeah,
Day,
Baltimore
man.
can rejoice. We can be happy.
I just realized y'all both wearing Ravens gear.
Fuck
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I told, it's a holiday,
y'all niggas
motherfucker.
ain't
What
got
you
no
think?
text
I was
stuff?
like, no. I was
You
going
wanna
with
watch the draft?
my
I
Ravens.
watched this pick. I watched him get picked.
I was like 2 seconds from burning on my Ravens shit, and then
Yeah.
once we made the last pick of the first round, I was like, all right, maybe I can reconsider, really being a Ravens fan and tuning in because,
man.
yeah. So because in case nobody watched, just typical Ravens fashion, it starts off edge of your seat. We traded the first two picks. What was it like the 22nd pick? No, we traded
When
the
we went
25th
back,
pick.
what was your immediate thought?
It went from 16 to 22 to 25.
What was your immediate thought as soon as we dropped back? I'm like, oh, here you go.
I'm like, here we go with
fuck
this shit.
Oh, because
Yeah.
everybody that we wanted was there,
Yeah.
and we traded back anyway. And then once we got to 22, the same people were there, and we traded back again. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Yo.
I thought for sure we were gonna come out and Roger Goodell was gonna say we fucking drafted a long snapper in the first round and shit. I was
I wouldn't be
already,
surprised.
yeah, I wasn't gonna be surprised. So when we drafted a tight end, I was still like, here we go with the bullshit. We had like DJ Moore still on the board. They had Riddle still on the board, if I'm even saying his name right. He was
I'm pretty sure
on
it's
the
wrong.
board, and then it was Lamar Jackson.
What are you talking about?
Grudel?
Who?
Toast
We
Strudel?
wanted see what's his name?
See-
Calvin Ridley,
DJ
Calvin Ridley, that's
Moore,
what I meant.
and Lamar Jackson. You talking about?
I don't know, look. But they were all there. We picked up a tight end. So I lost hope. I was like, fuck it. I was actually ready to go to bed. I didn't even see Lamar Jackson get
Really?
picked because, I turned it off. And then we came in and swooped in on the 32nd pick.
Came in mad, guaranteeing
Man.
Super Bowls.
Yo,
Chip on the
pissed
shoulder.
off,
As soon
man.
as he said
Fuck
that shit,
everybody.
I was sold. Joe Flacco was dead to me.
Fuck yeah,
Colin
man.
Kaepernick too. You know, Ozzy did that shit to get back in good graces with black people.
Fuck yeah.
Because after he didn't sign Colin Kaepernick, black Ravens fans, everybody was like, "Fuck the Ravens,
So-
they racist."
All right, let's.
Nah, and then
then
when we
Black
signed
Cat.
RG3, it was like
Oh
salt
yeah,
on
then
the
it's
wound and
even
shit.
worse when we saw RG3, and then we saw Lamar Jackson and Black Twitter. They loved us again.
Damn right.
World loved this.
Meet me at your local dashiki outlet or Shea Butter distributor because we burning Joe Flacco jerseys at noon tomorrow.
Fuck yeah! I think
Everybody-
everybody down with that shit. I was looking at a few comments on because I'm a member of a few Raven groups, and everybody's just done with Flacco. I mean, it's kind
So
of like
question: do you think? I think he's gonna. What's his last year's contract under Flacco for the entire year, and then it's like Lamar's team next year, or do you think Flacco's making it the whole season and we're cutting our losses after what? How much does he do this year? 26.
Yeah, like 25, 26, something crazy.
yeah.
Is he
nah.
making it?
I mean, I don't think after this year. We got an offensive line. He's not one to always to get like hurt, so I
Mhm.
think he's gonna play throughout the season.
But if he play like shit,
They not gonna bench Flacco. I just can't see. He's been through too much shit, and they haven't benched him.
Yeah.
Why do it now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the fans, you definitely want to get that pressure from the fan base to bench him once he start fucking up because we have a premier quarterback that
would
everybody
it
wants
make
to
him
see.
better? Like Randy was saying last week, that competition, that knowing he's there in the waiting.
Nigga, nothing. I mean, I can't see nothing. Seeing Flacco play, I can't see anything lighting a fire under him to make him play better. I mean, we had Tyrod. I mean, not saying that Tyrod is bringing as much hype behind him as Lamar Jackson is, but no, I can't see anything lighting a fire under Joe Flacco to make him start doing something. Yeah, his personality won't say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna earn my position. I'm gonna play like I gotta earn my position, and then I'm gonna go and put up highlights. I just can't see that happening and shit. So, but it should be fun. I know for sure preseason games this year is gonna be lit as fuck.
I'm definitely going to get the preseason games.
Nigga,
They're
OTA.
way cheaper.
Nigga, practice. I'm there and shit.
They're doing something tomorrow during the Ravens walk, where it's like from 11 to 4 is like hella fucking events.
Oh, for real?
On my lunch break, I'm cutting out for an extended time.
Some real shit, man. Make sure you get that autograph. But that was big last night. That was just that just broke. So it kind of built some more excitement back into the flock. So everybody's happy. Everybody's excited. Just get the season started. Seeing how our new franchise quarterback, fingers crossed, is gonna work out. But besides that, man, there's been a shit ton of stuff to talk about in the last 2 weeks, man. I don't even know really where to start.
Yeah, we gonna change this shit to weekly.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, like, cause you can go in on literally like 5 different things. But the first thing that I just wanted to jump into is Cole drop, cause Cole got a whole
Cole world.
Yeah, exactly. He got a whole fan base of loyal listeners. No matter if he put out some dope shit or if he put out some boring shit, he's gonna drop and people are gonna follow him. People gonna love it. But he dropped this week. You guys heard the album?
Huh?
No, you guys heard that?
Nigga, please.
Come on, man, how you?
I work a lot.
Nigga, fuck that.
I heard
the
the
whole
album.
world was listening to that. I heard the album like 3 times, and I'm not
3
gonna
times? How the fuck you
I went
hear
through it
album
like 4 or 5 times.
Yo, I heard half of ATM. That's about it.
Because
I'm going to listen to it.
Because
I
once you
mean-
hear the Cole stands talk about how if you don't understand it, then it's over your head.
They
You're
like
a
J
dumbass.
fans.
No, I
and
hate that
you
fucking
can't-
rationale.
You gotta
Like, if you
have a
don't get
certain
it.
level of intellect to get what he's saying. Like, no, this nigga's not.
Sometimes
he
you
has some
should-
dope
yeah.
concepts, but the shit that he's saying is not super complex.
Sometimes you shoot and you miss. It's not a problem with that.
Nah.
It doesn't mean like
Yeah, I mean-
don't get it.
No, I think I'm not a J. Cole stan, but I definitely do appreciate J. Cole on 2 aspects. One, with him and Kendrick, they're like the last kind of raw rap artists that we have in our generation, because it's kind of similar to like the Jay-Z and Nas, that generation, and then Biggie and Tupac kind of generation, where you got those 2 complex artists that's always going to kind of keep it real and shit. So I
did like the
appreciate
Black Panther album. That shit was tough.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, but with J. Cole, like J. Cole's album before this one was boring as shit. Like I like listening. I give it one listen because he's a storyteller.
Yeah.
I get it, I feel it, and then I'm like,
False
that's not.
Prophets.
False Prophets was a dope album, and then now is also coming into play because of
Kanye.
they call him
Kanye too.
Kanye, nigga. That's not we don't call him Kanye anymore. We call him Kanye. But nah, the impact was there. I definitely liked the album. And then what was it, 1985?
Yeah.
That shit, I liked it because he was like calling out. That was like the first time I heard like kind of a diss where it was kind of. I know you didn't hear it.
No.
but
So what did you like about the album? What didn't you like?
what I liked about the album is still he was. It wasn't so much storytelling. So like the storytelling, and what I always tell people when they ask me about my feelings about J. Cole is like it's like watching a TV show and then not wanting to watch the reruns anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you
I
get
saw it once
I saw it.
and,
I listened to the whole story. I
I'm
was
good.
feeling it and shit like that. But I don't want to watch this rerun again, and because you
Like
are so
Titanic.
involved in
Like Titanic is like, I got it. I don't need to see a 3-hour movie again.
Exactly. So you're so involved into the song that you kind of don't want to hear it again. So I mean, it wasn't so much of that. So I really liked the album.
1 to 10 right now.
1 to 10.
On the spot.
I would give it about an 8.
8?
I would give it about
No?
an 8.
Probably like 8.
Yeah, it was a solid album. I liked it.
I may listen to it.
Nigga, listen to that shit.
I get music late all the time.
It's like if you're a Cole fan, you're gonna love it because you love J. Cole no matter what. I mean, he brings the lyrics, he brings the concepts, his beats and things like that. But if you're not really a J. Cole fan, you're not really gonna like it like that because it's typical Cole. It's kind of a boring kind of.
I wouldn't say it was
It's not like
boring.
it's not up tempo like
it's
we're
Cole. It sounds like another Cole album. But
Nah,
with the
I
same
wouldn't say that. I mean, because he's still is not as boring as his other albums. Like he kind of still, I think it's a few songs on there that could be played on the radio, like KOD. That's a good song, and then it came in early. I mean, overall, I liked it. It's definitely something that I play if I'm like like driving stuck in traffic. It's not like
What was
my
it?
go to
Kevin
to turn
Hart
up and shit.
I mean, I saw like the snippet of the video on Facebook, but I wasn't too like
Oh, it was just Jamal. The Kevin talk.
Kevin's
What was the
Hart.
basis of that song?
Kevin's Heart was about.
Kevin's Hart.
Yeah,
Kevin's
it's
Hart.
about.
Hey, nigga, you
It was
listen to
about-
that album shit?
Nah, nigga, I ain't look at the playlist. I just played it through.
It was about cheating, and I mean, it was indirectly. I mean, it was Kevin's Heart, but he didn't. He didn't name drop Kevin Hart, but it was speaking on cheating and temptations that guys face, and
Oh,
how to
just I guess real shit as a famous.
yeah,
person.
what guys go through when being tempted by women, and how to not be tempted by women, and yeah.
But
But the video kind of brought it all full circle.
Okay.
You got Kevin Hart in it pretty much. I think being I guess shunned by the public
Yeah.
public opinion.
Yeah.
People just kind of look at him in the car like, you piece of shit. Like, you know what you did, your pregnant wife. Like old people, staring at him,
Right.
young people, being pissed off at him. One lady was flirting with him.
oh yeah, I saw.
Yeah, and it looked like, and he was kind of curving her, but the other lady from her perspective looked like he was,
Here you go again.
yeah, here you
right.
go again type shit. So I mean, it was a dope. I like the video more than I like the song.
Well, he came out with
The
a video
audio.
for ATM too, right? And that was kind of going back to early night. I like the video because it was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was super dramatic.
Yeah.
He was like in the money bag and things like that. So I mean, not only did he come back with a solid, that I think came back with a solid album, but then he also had some really dope visuals to go with it. But it's not as big as like Chris Brown, Lil Dicky shit. Nothing that like shut down the internet
no
or anything
knockers
like
on
that.
that
Right,
bitch.
right.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, it's definitely not no shit that you would like turn up to before you go to. But that's
Yeah.
typical J.
Like
Cole,
you don't
man.
expect that from.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you brought up False Prophet. So another thing that's been like huge is fucking Kanye, man. Like Kanye hurt my heart, man. And like
as they say in the West Indies.
that shit is like, so anytime Kanye is about to come out with a new album, he hops on Twitter and he says some like outlandish shit. Like that just comes with
He dyes
shit.
hair.
Right, he dyes hair. You start seeing him in public more. He start hitting Twitter and all that other shit. But the thing that hurt me the most is one, he comes out with the list of all of the albums that he's gonna be producing. So it's like Push, it's like Nas, it's like Tiana Taylor. Motherfucker came out with a him
Are you
and
serious?
he finally dropped Tiana Taylor, and then it's like a him and a Cudi collabo
I
album.
wanna hear that
so
shit.
that
That
shit
shit
is
gonna be-
like
yeah.
cut deep.
Yeah.
And then he goes with the bullshit, like the far right bullshit, like
tweets.
nigga, that shit is well. First he was coming out with tweets about like just being
Positive.
positive
He
and
caught up to fucking Hot 10. Was it Hot 105? And
yeah,
just
wait,
kept-
Ebro and
He
shit.
just kept saying I love you.
Right. So he started off with the weird shit. So it's like, all right, we can deal with that. But he basically sent Twitter into like into fucking craziness,
Fuck is-
the black community and the craziness because of his stance and not really bigging up Donald Trump, but kind of not siding with him. Well, he already took
Yeah.
a meeting with him, so
Make America
yeah,
Great Again had and taking pictures and shit.
yeah. So that, and then like walking around with the hat on. But do you think that is just promo? Promo to the max because of the album dropping, or do you think that's how you like really feel?
I mean, I think it's funny that they coincide. We know Kanye for doing outlandish things, so I'm not surprised at him having a weird take as his life perspective because that's just Kanye. He's a great artist.
Right.
He's definitely fostered a generation of musicians. He made a sound, and so. But he is fucking out there.
Yeah.
So it's possible that he could be just like out there and it popped up with the music, but it's also totally possible that I have some new music coming, so
Right.
to garner attention I need to do some outlandish shit. But
see, does he have? And that's the thing.
I don't think
that-
he needs to.
Yeah.
Your work speaks for yourself. You don't need to say you fuck with Trump, but I don't know.
See, and that's the
He's
thing
in a
too.
different world with like the whole Kardashian thing and reality TV, and Donald Trump comes from reality TV, so he may be speaking on his personal relationship with Donald
Right,
Trump as
right.
opposed to his political perspective. So I doubt if fucking Kanye knows anything about Donald Trump's political stances.
I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, I think he's trying to come from a different direction, and I get it. You know, you want to be an individual. You want to always, and Kanye always said that he always wants to go against the masses as far as, you know, how you think.
Yeah.
But right now, you just putting black people in a weird ass space, yo. Like, it's because, like, when you say you gonna produce a Nas album, niggas is gonna want to hear a Nas album produced by Kanye. So we gonna want to listen to that. We gonna want to support that. Niggas been waiting for a Tiana Taylor album for a long ass time. So they're
At
gonna.
least, how long have you?
Nigga, that shit has been like, yo, legit, like since like 2008, yo, like
10 years. I feel like it's a 10
nigga,
strong,
it's been
at
long,
least 8.
a while that people been waiting for a Tiana Taylor album. So now that it's finally coming, and then him and Cudi, and then even Kanye's album,
him and Cudi,
that shit is gonna be. But niggas gonna be hesitant to want to listen to it because they're like, nah, I can't really be out there and fuck with Kanye. I kind of want to go, you know, go cancel him out and shit, and not really.
I think he hasn't gone that far. He's just saying outlandish shit like he fuck with Donald Trump, and
Right.
we that follow politics know that that's an outlandish statement. But he's speaking with about his personal relationship with Donald Trump.
Right.
So
right.
he hasn't gone as far as like the black community is fucking up. There's no fathers in the
Nigga,
black.
he called out Obama, nigga.
What the fuck you say about Obama?
He said Obama in the 8 years he hasn't done shit for Chicago. Chicago
nigga-
hasn't changed.
He's the president of the United States. Rahm Emanuel has been the mayor of fucking Chicago during that whole time span. You should point to the local politics before you go to the national politics.
Right.
So Kanye does not. He's not going to follow day-to-day politics. He doesn't know who's Trump chief of staff is,
Right.
who he put in place of HUD or,
Right.
or the Secretary of Education. He doesn't know any of that, dude. He just lives in his bubble, and that's just like some off-the-cuff shit.
But I think what killed it really was because he put like a picture up of his "Make America Great Again" hat.
That shit.
Yeah, and it was like
Ugh.
signed by Donald Trump, and he was like my shit signed. That's what I'm saying, yo. Like, it's just he's putting people in a fucked up position, yo.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so
I can see
like,
that.
okay, we know you make dope music. We all agree that you're a genius musically, but then now you make it so like I'm gonna listen to the albums. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I'm not even gonna stunt you. I might do that shit in a dark room and shit, and nobody will know. But I'm not. But now people are like, yo, I'm not going
You listen
to
to
the
a dark
app.
room like, Austin, what you doing in there? I was jerking off.
Yeah,
That's what
right,
I was doing.
right. I'm not listening to that nigga Kanye, man.
I was
Fuck
jerking off.
that. I ain't motherfucking with that. Nah. But then at the end of the day, like everybody knows rappers make the most of their money
Yeah.
on tours.
Yeah.
I'd be damned if I'm going to be like sitting in the line to go to a Kanye concert knowing that he went far right and he supports like Trump. Like, it's just crazy. So it's you
Maybe-
think it's fucking him over? It's gonna fuck him over in the end.
I mean, I guess to me, I guess, you know, you two are more avid fans of Kanye. I
Right.
know that he's a musical genius. I love Kanye myself. But to me, he hasn't gone too far. It's just like Kanye does crazy shit and just him doing more crazy shit.
Right.
That's how I see it right now. Like, but if he comes out with some outlandish shit, like that's further right. Just saying that he fucks with Donald Trump is not crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Robert Kraft fucks with Donald Trump, but you know I'm a billionaire. He follows politics. He says he doesn't agree with certain stances, and he went to see Meek Mill.
Right. That kind of threw me off too. But
I
I mean,
know.
I think what it is too is it's just
It's
just,
tough because it puts you in a position like you know Donald Trump is one of the worst presidents in U.S. history,
Right.
but you fuck with Kanye. And that's a
That's what I'm
difficult dilemma.
saying,
That's like that's hard as shit. Like like yo, this guy that's the head of our country is embarrassing us domestically, and internationally. Everybody
Right.
regards him as a joke. He's at 5 o'clock in the morning tweeting dumb shit like,
Right.
yo, what the fuck are you doing? And his grammar during his tweets looks like a third grader or some shit.
Right.
And then you have this musical genius that make fucking the college
That-
dropout,
right,
man.
right, yo, graduate, like, and that's the thing too. Like, if you listen to like the Graduation or a College Dropout and shit like that, yo, you be like, yo, this nigga is riding for us to
And-
the end. He's the voice of the, like, when he came out with those albums,
Mm-hmm.
niggas was comfortable with saying that, yo, Kanye can speak for me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Cause he not a gangster. He a musician. He an artist. He not
Right.
all the way dope. Like, I mean, not all the way. He's not like he sell dope and no shit like that. He's just trying to make great music. That's
Right.
why the College Dropout, Registration. No, it was College Dropout, Late Registration, and then what's the third piece? Graduation.
Yep.
So like even then to like my dark and twisted fantasy, all these they sound like three totally different albums from an artist. He's making progression in his music, but they're all great. So
Right.
he's an artist, and they're all so like amazing. But it's
What point,
hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at what point do we stop saying, all right, this, because everybody knows every genius has a twisted, crazy mind, because that's what kind of makes you, it goes hand in hand with being a genius and being different. But at what point do we stop and say, all right, nigga, we tired of listening to the shit.
You know what's funny?
It's done now. Has he crossed, do you think he's crossed that line now, or is he
to
still?
me, no. But
right.
every time I think of Kanye doing something outlandish, I remember a Jay-Z interview. And Jay-Z was like, Kanye is so passionate about music, and when you speak to him about music, it's uncomfortable because of how passionate he is.
Right.
Dude, that's just not one angle of a person, dude. That translates to his outlook on different things in his life.
He's passionate about just his views in general.
And
and shit,
he's just on 100 all the fucking time.
Right,
So-
right.
To me, no. He hasn't. I'll tell you when I reach that point. I'll tweet it out.
Right. Like, nigga,
But,
fuck you.
like,
done.
dude, yeah, yo, come on now. That's too much. But for me, nah.
Yeah, no, I don't think. It's
Let's go to
frustrating.
Twitter.
Why? Yeah, right.
Let me
It's-
go to Twitter
I
real
mean,
quick.
I'm almost there because it's just because like you got to
Oh, hold
remember
on.
I was a nigga that.
He tweeted 6 hours ago. Right now, it's fucking April
like
27th, 6:29 p.m. He tweeted 6 hours ago, so that was at noon. I haven't done enough research on conservatives to call myself or be called one. I'm just refusing to be enslaved by the monolithic thought. What the Kanye, yo,
Nah, but
he doesn't know shit about
Right.
He don't fucking give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean, but does it hurt too that he's coming from like he's married to a Kardashian, so
No,
a
that
lot of
doesn't help
people
his
too.
case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A
Doesn't
lot
help
of
his case
people
at
too are just like, yo, this nigga went from because he you gotta listen to Family Business,
Yeah.
like where it's like we don't put our shit out to the media, we handle it in house and shit like
Oh,
that.
family business was. Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then
Ooh,
now
that was-
it's just ironic that now this nigga went from Family Business to the family that puts all of that shit out there. So every like
I mean,
point you try to make
nigga,
is
that's that
fam-
Chicago family we talking about. That's family business. That's Chicago now. This Kardashian fucking Hollywood shit. That's a totally different family.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I listened to that song the other day, and I'm just like, and that was, that album came out years ago,
That shit
and I'm like,
fucking
nah,
dope.
yeah, and then I'm looking now, I'm like, this nigga is doing everything he said that he wouldn't do,
Every action.
every single action that he wouldn't do, but it's crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Just because I don't believe Kanye follows politics
Mm.
and doesn't have any idea on what he's speaking on, doesn't mean that he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions or his words or his thoughts. He needs to realize that when you put these ideas out there, that there's going to be backlash, and you might lose a fan base based on your thoughts. Like people stop
Right.
buying tickets to shit for any given reason, let alone some like a political cause or like a religious cause. When you go to people's politics and their religion, like people have like staunch stances on those things. So he's gonna see a hit for his thoughts, but
Right.
to me, no, he hasn't. reached
Especially,
that.
I mean,
Maybe because I'm still connected to those albums. Like those albums came out
Yeah.
during my coming of age, so they connected me really.
But I
really
think that's
deeply.
why everybody is so hurt. If he came out, let's say he just picked up straight from my Twisted Dark Fantasies,
Mm-hmm.
and then he started doing it, nobody would really care. But since his background is so like neo soul backpack music, niggas like, what the fuck?
Mm.
Like this is a complete 180 from what we know him as. And then like I think the climate that he came out and started talking about. So this is probably like one of the worst climates that we are as a country as of recently,
Yeah.
as far as like race relations. Niggas don't fuck with Donald Trump. And then it was they said like the Tommy Loren of the black Tommy Loren. Her name is
what's your name?
Candace Owens.
Yo,
He started saying that he agreed. Like it's just like either he's
as conservatives need to realize like on Fox News or like the Blaze or what's the other one? Fucking
there's a ton of them.
There's a ton of like far right organizations. Their go-to move that motherfucking Michael Jordan fadeaway, that fadeaway
right.
shit, is if they have an issue with a minority, they get a minority out there to say
Diamond and Silk, nigga.
yeah,
You ever seen them bitches?
go-to? Yeah, I seen them.
Yo, I
fucking
was on
triple-
YouTube. I was on YouTube, and I was like, bruh, this shit is
Like, it's pure-
fucking bad, bruh. Like, how much are they paying these people to be?
Like, yo, you can't.
That shit hurt. I was like, and the thing is, they were doing an interview on Fox News, and you know that she was doing the extra, the neck
come
wear,
on,
you know what
yo.
I'm saying, and the I was like. I gotta see the checks. I gotta say how much.
But
How
look.
much would you pay somebody to just say fuck my dignity, fuck my name?
Yo, that's why
do
I'm
this
glad
shit.
I didn't grow up with a lot of money, because I don't put that much worth in money. Now I know I need money that sets my standard of living, but
Right.
money doesn't drive me. My happiness drives me.
Right.
So
right,
people
right.
that is out there chasing a check, I can't see how you do that, because you chasing money. Your life goal should be chasing happiness.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when the cameras turn off, especially with. I'm gonna be stuck on the Diamond and Silk shit.
Yo, them
but
bitches
I-
is fucking
right.
yo.
Right. Nah, they
You
like.
saw they went to the fucking they sued Facebook or so. No, they spoke. Where did Mark Zuckerberg spoke at Congress,
Right.
or they filed some type of suit that said that Facebook discriminated against them,
Right.
because of their support of Donald Trump and shit like that. Like they fucking declined their views, or
They stopped them from like monetizing
Yeah.
their views and shit, and they were like arguing with the people in Congress and like going in on them.
I'm like,
And this shit is like, it's
But
just-
I think that's one thing we as black people need to stop doing too. Like,
Right.
one person doesn't represent us. Well,
Exactly.
So just because Diamond and Silk are out there acting a fool doesn't mean shit about us three.
Right.
But
right.
and that's something I think we have to combat, because we have to fight that image of a black person when we get pulled over by a cop as the aggressor on the other end. Like, I don't represent every black person
Right.
in America. Like, that makes no fucking sense. But the standard is, if you see a black person, that black person represents every fucking black person.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, so even with like Charlemagne and shit, they have him as like the mouthpiece of black people, and he speaks for black people. I'm like, no, that nigga don't speak for me. And we don't
No.
have the same views, and I think that comes with it as well, is that we get one person.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, again, it hurt so much for Kanye, because people saw that and he was like, all right, we feel comfortable. When we felt like, George Bush ain't like black people, he's the one that said it on
You
that
see
stage.
your,
Yeah.
your man Mike Myers up there
Man,
looking
he's like, what
shook.
the fuck? Right. And I think what was it? They went to like Jamie Foxx, and
Like,
Jamie
nigga,
Foxx
commercial.
saw at the dick look
Yo,
on us. Right.
that
But,
just happened.
Yeah, right. So I mean, we put all of our, and we expect, celebrities to ride
I mean,
for
that's
us.
two
and
sides
be
of the same coin. Like if a black person says something that we agree with, that that doesn't mean that they speak for us in general. Like, just because we felt that way about George Bush's treatment of black citizens in New Orleans doesn't mean like Kanye can speak on everything for all black people.
Right.
Like, just because like Donald Trump doesn't speak for fucking Aaron Rodgers or fucking
But I
George
think
Clooney and no shit like that. We don't correlate those people together, but we correlate Kanye West with like Black Thought or Michael
we
B. Jordan
did, nigga.
or Black Thought with Black Thought. See that? That was
Yeah,
a good one.
right.
Can I get a clap? You got an applause for me, dog?
But no, so I mean, kind of the transition. I think everybody is like, I mean, you get mixed reviews. You like, nigga, I'm done. I ain't fucking with Kanye no more. This shit is
I
over.
mean, he going to
And then
see a
you-
hit, dude.
But
He
I know,
gonna see a hit behind that.
but then you have
in his
people
audience.
too that's like, you know what? Let's wait, because it's always something, up under the sleeve. We don't know what he's gonna do, what all of this means. Like, he could come out. I'm honestly hoping that he comes out with his album, and his album is just shitting on Donald Trump. That's what I'm holding out. That like a mind fuck like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came out with this shit, and then he came out, and then when his album comes out, is against.
I mean,
the
did you
whole-
hear that little snippet freestyle? He was like, I jumped off the Amistad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like,
shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like he's doing all this extra shit, and then you got like John Legend hitting him up, and then you got like
nigga, let's go
like
in. Like,
T.I.
the setup.
fake woke ass, hitting him up and shit. So I'm still holding out that he's saying all of this bullshit on Twitter, and then when the album drop, it's some like super duper woke shit.
He got a when he dropping? Like,
June is
ETA?
everything is dropping in June, and that kind of made me think too. So we got the Kanye shit that's dropping in June. We got the Drake shit that's dropping in June.
okay.
We got what else is dropping in June?
Nigga, I don't know. I listen.
Nigga, a lot of good music is dropping.
Nigga,
in
you know
June,
how I
so
get music? For everybody to know, I get music when y'all play it and I like it, and then I just put it on my Spotify. That's how I get. That's how I get like
Why don't you just
95. That's how I get 95% of my music, nigga. If it's not top 40, that's how I do it.
Nigga, every Friday is New Music Friday, so you go on Spotify, hit on new releases, and just scroll up and down that shit, and that's how I get my new music.
That's both. I've been playing Nice for What since the last podcast, nigga. Cause I haven't listened to y'all
Nigga,
playlist
you been on
yet.
your period and shit or something, nigga. You fine?
Nigga, that shit make me feel strong going to work. I don't need him. I'm good by myself.
But what I'm saying is, like, so the summer's coming up. So like I said, we got Kanye shit.
Beach
That's
Body?
lit. Drake shit coming out. I know Ray Shrimmer is gonna be dropping him like fucking a little bit of a.
You mean Sway Lee and his homie?
Fuck you, right? Slim is back up rapping and shit. Not Slim Jimmy kind of.
Slim Jimmy is cool. They sleep on Slim, yo. They do.
But no, so what? I guess what album are you like looking forward to for this song? I know you're excited for the music for this song, but what album are you looking forward to the most?
Depending on what y'all play the most. That's what I'm
Nigga,
right? I'm just
what do you think you could vibe for? I mean,
Drake always got that vibe to music.
Who do you think Drake is going to be this summer? Do you think he's going to be Jamaican? Do you think he's going to be from
Jamaican?
Right. Hey, he's going to be Jamaican this year? Is he going to be motherfucking from London and shit? Which one?
I would say out of those, the mood music is always like, my go-to is Drake. So like to set the tone for the summer, it's probably gonna be Drake.
Right.
But some shit that like to make me like really sit back and enjoy when I'm not on like my pop shit, I probably might go. When is that Cudi and Kanye shit? That shit might just,
right.
I might just get a bottle and just chill to myself.
Yeah,
and
he said like he's coming out with Pusha T. His solo album, him and Cudi,
I'm going
Tiana
Kanye
Taylor.
because he just, he has hits. Kanye is just gonna knock it out the fucking park musically because that's where he
got the shit, and that's it, right. He got the vibes, he got the producing shit. It's not gonna be a typical album. So nah, man, I'm really excited. But honestly, the biggest album that I'm waiting for is that Shrimp Life 3, man. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is fucking vibes.
They dropped
everywhere.
that shit. Was it Aries?
Yeah, yo, that's
nigga,
what I'm saying. Fuck yeah, nigga. That shit made me proud as shit when I heard that song. Well, they dropped that song a long time ago, and then they redid it and put Quavo on that shit.
Quavo was Jeezy on it too or some shit?
Nah, fuck no, nigga.
It was somebody else.
It was. I think they redid Sway Lee's verse.
Oh yeah.
On that shit.
But that shit was fly. I like that shit.
But I mean, so yeah, I mean the music is dropping, and then you think we gonna get some music from Meek?
Like free me. I hope, man.
Free Meek, nigga. Meek is
I love
free,
that
nigga.
fresh out of jail shit, nigga. That shit get you.
Right.
That first day out.
They usually drop that first day out freestyle.
Yo, did you see my man Meek getting out of jail? The fucking
nigga,
jumpsuit he had on.
Yo, he had some motherfucking
Willie Bobos.
Right. They weren't even Levi's. What was the other? Wrangler. Yeah, the Wrangler is super cuffed and shit.
The Brett Favre finest nigga
from
the A
collection
from Brett Favre.
They had to say because I've never been to jail in my life.
Cause you ain't a real nigga.
Right, you ain't lying, nigga. What you go to jail for?
Don't worry about me. Just know.
No. Tell the people what you went to jail for. Nigga.
I went to jail for real shit.
Fuck no, nigga.
For official shit.
For what was it? Public pissing and some shit.
My lawyer pleaded that down from a RICO charge. That's what happened. That's what happened, nigga.
But nah, like, so I know for a goddamn fact, Meek Mill did not go into jail with those fucking clothes. Yo, like, come on, man. Like,
he had to go in a suit or something.
Yeah, yo, he didn't go to jail with
or a
motherfucking
shirt on.
Yeah, yo, like a construction shirt on and like a plaid fucked up shirt over top of it.
Yo.
But no, they got him right for the game, yeah. But Meek is out. So do you think he's going to drop like a shit ton of music or?
Like, that's what prison do to you. Make good music.
Now, I remember when
one whack album fresh out of jail. Boosie is a hood legend. Don't ever do that.
Nigga, when Boosie came out, they did like
this my letter to Pac.
That shit was nigga. You haven't heard Boosie. When Boosie came out, they did like the whole. He was like sitting on the throne and shit.
That
like
whole
you remember that
package?
Yeah, with Webby and shit. And, like you never heard like hit from that nigga after he got out. And niggas was waiting for Boosie for a long time.
What was Boosie's album? I don't even know what that was.
Nigga, nobody knows what that shit is. And he toured a little bit, but it wasn't like anything like crazy. So. But I mean, I saw a few videos of Meek being back in it, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I mean, Meek he's definitely slept on. You know, he's underrated, especially like with his class. Like with him, he's not on the level of like J. Cole or Kendrick or Drake and nothing like that.
Right.
But like he's like B.
Right.
And that's no like disrespect. That's like you can be a solid B to those age. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But he definitely has like a foul like Game or something like that. Game isn't like a list blockbuster, knock it out the park, but he has a fucking
You know he
great
gonna come
career.
through with it. Yeah, you know he gonna come through with like a solid verse.
You can depend on that. So he's gonna have a great career over the next fucking
Right.
decade or so. But he's not as popular as those pop artists.
See, the one thing that a lot of people caught on to. So before Meek Mill went to jail, niggas was trash. Like every chance that they got, they gave the nigga L's and shit
Niggas
like
love
that.
the fucking hate. Niggas love the hate wave.
Niggas just love to throw Meek Mill under the bus, and anytime that chance that they got, they was just like, yo, this nigga look bad when he got
This nigga
you know,
look
with
bummy.
Nicki and shit. Right, all of that
Safari
shit.
gonna fuck him up.
Exactly, and like Drake killed him and shit like that. But then when he came out, like the world of I never seen white people saying free a black dude so much in my goddamn
Nigga,
life,
Robert
nigga.
Kraft went to see my man's in there.
Nigga, right.
The owner of the co-owner of the fucking Phillies flew a helicopter to get my man's
That's
in
some
him out.
buzz shit. Like, come
Oh,
on,
if
man.
you check my Instagram, I went to Max's to get me a cheesesteak. Niggas go to Geno's and that other fucking safe
shit is
spot.
overrated,
I
nigga.
went to fucking Max's. That shit was in the trenches.
That shit is
That shit-
overrated.
That shit
nigga.
looked like a mini Lexington Market, so I felt
Bullshit.
comfortable. In it.
Bullshit.
I let a couple packs off while I was there too, nigga.
You lying like shit. I think I went to
Max's was good as shit. So the shit was funny, nigga. It was like my first time in Philly, so you know I had to get a cheesesteak.
Right. Typical.
And then my director of ops, he told me to don't go to the famed spots with the battling cheesesteaks across. He said go to Max's.
I went there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I go to Max and nigga, as soon as I walk in, nigga, it looked like Lexington Market, so you already know what that means.
You know you gonna get some real shit.
So
right?
fucking nigga, the cook, first of all, he start cleaning off the grill. I'm like, nigga, don't clean off the grill. I
want last week's grease
you
on that
damn
shit.
right, nigga, give me that.
Right.
But he turned around, this nigga got 2 tattoos. I mean, he has eyes tattooed on the back of his neck.
See y'all niggas, man.
And below it, it says,
right.
I can see you, nigga.
Right.
I go to the bathroom, and nigga, there's no, like, automatic soap dispenser. It's a styrofoam cup. It's a white styrofoam cup written on that bitch in marker says hand soap.
So what the fuck, you dip your fingers in that shit?
I don't know. I ain't touched it.
Right.
All right,
So
so I
you
didn't
wash
wash
your
my hands. That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
But that
okay.
cheesesteak was fire as a motherfucker.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
cheesesteak
Like,
fire
if
as shit.
if you can't go to the shit that you see on the food channel when you go other places.
Nah,
You
nigga.
gotta ask the locals, like, where's the fucking dirtiest? Like, even if you go to the South, nigga, if I get some barbecue from the South, I don't want that shit from.
No, nigga, I need
The nigga
it's a 2 roach minimum in my
Exactly.
diet.
That's how you know some real shit. Like when we went to the Waffle House, like, nigga.
Oh yeah.
It
That
was
bitch
like
had no
if it-
teeth or something.
She had no teeth. The floor was slippery as shit from grease. Niggas ain't mopped in a month and
No.
shit like that. And that was the best food I've had in my life, man.
So when we went to fucking
Tennessee.
Nashville,
Oh,
and shit,
yeah.
Nashville and Tennessee, nigga, I didn't know Waffle House was that cheap because that was your first time
Yeah,
going too,
that
right?
was first time, yeah.
Nigga, I got fucking a cheesesteak melt that was fucking bomb as shit. I got like biscuits and like sausages and shit. This shit was like $8.
Nigga, we went in. Like,
like,
when we got the receipt, it was just like, yo.
I'm like, nigga,
Niggas
what?
living that like this out
Nigga,
here.
I'm about to tip 100%. Nigga, it's only $15.
yo.
So I'm
and
not
then
mad.
the shit was banging. So, speaking of Waffle House, as well as Starbucks, but we'll speak on Starbucks later when we on our basic shit.
Damn, I feel like being
Spice.
ignorant.
Nigga, so first Waffle House. So first, the shooting that occurred in Waffle House. Dude came in, killed 4 people, injured another 4. Another mass shooting. Shit was fucking crazy. And then also that happened in the Waffle House is it was a young lady that asked for, I think what she asked for, like plastic utensils.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to charge like 50 cents. She was like, look, the last time I came here and asked for utensils, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just gave it to me for free.
When did people start charging for fucking utensils?
50 cents is a random ass number too. Like, just I've never been charged for plastic utensils, but apparently they were saying like what the employee was saying was that she was drunk and she was being loud, and then she asked for corporate's number, and they called the police on her, and then when the police got there, they like fucking threw her on the floor. And like I said,
All
nigga,
this extra shit for utensils.
utensils, nigga,
I mean,
and like pull the titties out and like
what
sexual.
What a nice city.
They were,
All right, cool.
So, but nah, hey, so on a serious note, but nah, they did all of the extra shit on there, And so Waffle House is in hot water. So I know not in Maryland Waffle House isn't that big, but in the South,
Yeah.
Waffle House is like fucking
Nigga, it's second coming.
nigga. There's no beating around. So are we canceling out Waffle House? Is that on the list?
I mean, we don't. What's the nearest Waffle House to here?
That shit is like.
Like 140, Route 40.
Not when there's a Denny's, nigga, 15 minutes
Yeah,
away.
nah.
I go for convenience. That's me.
I mean, nah, it's up north Waffle House and then it's like down south.
Waffle House,
Yeah,
right?
it's down
Yeah.
south. But the nigga,
Yeah.
when you walk up, the nigga is smoking a black and shit. The cook is smoking a black and shit.
What y'all want?
Right. He flicked that shit out as soon as you walk in to hold the door for you. So I mean, I don't think people are ready to be done with it. There's certain shit you just can't cancel out.
I mean, dude, there's no fucking situation that should occur where if I ask for utensils, if I'm a belligerent drunk and I'm asking for fucking knife and fork, how do I resolve this situation? Yeah, take this
Nigga,
fucking
you're
shitty
right.
plastic knife and fork that doesn't come out my salary.
Right.
And the fact that it was escalated to where as though police were involved.
Right.
And you know how police are, instead of calming the situation, they always
No,
escalate this.
Right.
I mean,
nah.
well, you know, you call the police, especially when there's like a tiff like that, like when somebody's drunk, and if I don't know if she was drunk or not, but that's what, you know, whatever said, and saying, oh, she's drunk, asking for utensils, I want to leave. You're supposed to, you know, quell that situation and calm it down.
Right.
You're not supposed to fucking heighten everybody, and everybody's up in arms. You're not supposed to make this situation worse.
Right.
So sometimes when police are called to the scene, it becomes worse, and that's not the job of a police officer. So
Right.
you should just, hey, you're drunk. Here's a fucking fork and knife. Get the fuck out of here. Or
Right.
hey, you can't come in here. It shouldn't be the result of that situation is her slammed on the ground with a titty out.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
no fucking
like,
sense.
yeah, it was like, all right, I think they were trying to get the police officers. Well, they came back, of course, and said that the police officers, you know, did what was necessary and it was no foul play and all that other shit. But yeah, like you said, like it's supposed to de-escalate the situation.
De-escalate,
Yeah, and
that was the word I was looking for. I was like,
I don't even know
can't
how that
think.
shit came to me, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was just
public
pure
school,
luck.
baby.
Limited vocabulary.
Shout
Holla
out,
at me.
shout out to the C minus.
Right, nigga, C minus. I pray for that shit.
Really, nigga.
But nah, like yeah, it should be a situation where it should be de-escalated. And another thing, I mean, even from transition from like Waffle House to Starbucks, just generally it's been a huge thing as far as people calling the cops on black people just for like random regular
Yeah.
shit. Like
Because people see black people as a threat.
Right,
If you think
right.
of a criminal in America, oh, somebody stole something, you think of a black person.
Right.
If you say somebody murdered something, your first thought is a black person.
Right,
And that's
right.
like something that we think as black men because we've been conditioned to think that way.
it's like subconsciously you like
Yeah,
shit.
but you know we're cognizant of the conditions of America and what's going on, so we can combat that thought that's been indoctrinated within us to think, oh, black people do crimes.
Right.
But that's a lot of people's first thought, and so
Right.
like they see two black people walk into Starbucks, where people walk in all the fucking time, people sit down all the fucking time to get coffee or just talk to a friend,
Right.
and think that they're up to something when they're just waiting for a friend, which is kind of the purpose of Starbucks.
Right, and that's the thing. Like you get free Wi-Fi. I mean,
Free-
and then
hey, shout out to
you-
free
right,
Wi-Fi,
yeah,
boy, that shit clutch.
Right, and that's the thing is like more of a college setting anyway. Like even when you go to the one, you know, I used to go to the one in Towson. Like, you know, people come there with their laptops and
Yeah,
they just
just
like,
chill.
look, like, we chill. If I get a cup of coffee, I get a cup of coffee. If I get like a muffin
Yeah.
or some shit, I get a
And
muffin.
that
Ain't no
was
big deal.
That
and
was the
shit.
one thing I really had a problem with. Like, if you're gonna call the cops on two people, it shouldn't be, oh, they came in, sat down, let me call the cops. It should be, hey, they came in, sat down.
Nigga, hurry up and buy. Nigga.
Hurry up and buy.
Right,
I'm not saying that exactly, but like, hey,
Right.
sorry, you can't sit here. You have to get a cup of coffee. There should have been some type of conversation before you called the cops and said they were doing some type of illegal activity.
Right.
It should have been like, they just walk in and sat down in shorts and sweats.
right.
That's regular hangout material.
Right, yo, that's regular basic bitch coffee, Starbucks. That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in there and get. But I think the bigger thing is even with the dude. Did you see the dude that worked for Comcast and shit? And he was like, he worked for Comcast, and he was going around, and he was actually servicing the home, and they called the police on him. So did you
What?
see that shit? Yeah. They called the police on him.
Where?
I don't know what town it was, but the police came out. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, nigga, I'm in a bright red shirt. a white van and shit, nigga. I'm doing my job. But my thing is, my analogy on it, right? So, say you got a cousin, that nigga's fucking blood up. Got a bunch of niggas behind you.
I'm a gang member. Didn't you know that?
Nah, nigga, you not. But my thing is, like, if you go out, you know, if you get into any issues like that, you make a phone call. You got 30 niggas on the way that will fuck a nigga up for you on site,
I can do
right?
that. I can do that.
You can't.
I definitely do that right now. Right now.
You can't, nigga. But my analogy is that's how, like, certain white people feel. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
look, you know what? If
we
I
got
don't like
one
some
of 'em.
shit, nigga, I make a phone call. I get all you niggas gone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I get the fuck out of there. So that's become more prevalent now, is that if somebody sees something, even if it's small, that they don't like,
Mm-hmm.
they know that they can call the cops, and the cops will automatically be like, you know what?
This black person.
This is your story.
did something
Let's
wrong.
get them the fuck out of here, right?
Matter of fact, that's the thing that happened with the with the IHOP and was it Macon, Georgia, where the two service members were accosted by those civilians. Like it was two. I believe they were in the army. They were in their army dress.
Oh yeah.
And
the old lady.
The old lady like assaulted one of them, and then the cop, like, and I don't know if people caught it or not. At the end of the video, they're like, "Oh, if you didn't have that video, we probably would have took a word for it." I mean, I don't know if many people caught it, but that's what he said. Because like even though they're black women, one's pregnant, they're in their service uniforms, but this old white lady said, "Oh, they assaulted me," and her daughter says that, and her fucking overweight big white husband saying that they assaulted them.
Right.
Even though the footage shows you jumped across a service woman who's pregnant to grab her phone.
Right.
I don't know if he knew he was being recorded, but you know the truth came out. Like, dude, if you didn't have this footage, you know this could be completely different.
Camera
because
phones, man, that shit
Yeah.
changed the fucking game, nigga. Like I always think about that too. I'm like, what if this was like 60 years ago? It's really your word against mine, and
I'm black, so
it's
Take-
fucking over. So are we
cut
done with
that shit
Starbucks? Are we done with Starbucks?
No, I like the action that Starbucks took. They fired the
Frappuccino,
manager.
nah, I actually like the around this time.
Yo, did you try the unicorn joint? I've been meaning to try that shit. They said that shit is fire, nigga.
Nigga, nah, I get the my shit is a caramel frappuccino double blended for real.
I'm a chai tea ass nigga, you feel me? So one time I went to Starbucks and shit, right? So I asked for a chai tea. I'm thinking, it's a chai tea latte or whatever.
Right.
And so I didn't know there was a difference between a real chai tea and a chai latte tea. I would always get the latte tea.
Step your fucking game
The nigga
up,
threw a curveball. He said, the tea? I'm like, yeah, the tea. This nigga
nigga.
gave me hot water in bags. I'm like, yo.
Right.
Hey.
He pulled your card and shit, man.
But
Right.
you know you can't act like you don't know the answer when he pressed you on what you want and
Right,
shit.
right,
like,
right,
yeah.
right. So you had to act like you actually like the fucking chai tea and shit. Nah.
hot ass water.
He fucked up for the right. He knew what he was doing. He knew what you wanted, nigga. He like, this black nigga don't want no motherfucking actual tea. This nigga want the latte with
You
the extra
damn
milk,
right, nigga.
extra
2
shots
pump.
of sugar
You
and
damn
shit.
right.
Right. I'm throwing a shot of Henny in that motherfucker, make him real happy, man. But
End of
nah,
the story, I drank the hot ass water with tea.
pissed off. The $6
Yeah, I drank it.
tea that you ain't even fucking want. But no. Like, but the one thing that I did like about Starbucks is there's like textbook fucking damage control on how they did that shit.
Fire
like,
the
you can't
manager.
Nah, they ain't fire that bitch.
They fired the manager, right, Mel? I thought you tweeted it out.
I thought they relocated her.
Yeah, they relocated her.
Uh-huh.
They ain't fired. But what they did was they said May 29th, they shutting the shit down. We want to learn about black culture and how to treat people and different races and stuff like that. Like,
I said they watch interracial porn for at least 30 minutes.
I'm with that shit. Have a training, right? Have a training class where they did it, right? Right, BBC and shit. Right.
All that shit. And Alexis, Texas got to do it.
Right.
Right. Nah, they used to be pissed, but not like right. Like people are like pissed off about it. But I'm like, that's one reason why at this point I wouldn't say fuck Starbucks, because you can't beat that type of response where they're like, you know what, fuck making money.
Yeah.
We gonna nip this shit in the bud. But then like the next week, they got into some more shit.
Yeah.
Nigga not getting. Did you see that video? The nigga not even being able to get into the bathroom.
What the fuck happened? This some new shit.
Nah, this was
Yo,
like
I
a
need to
week.
pay attention to my phone.
You
more.
do, yo. You just need to watch the news. So
Niggas, my phone is the World Star, ESPN, and XNXX.com. That's about it.
yeah, switch it up. X videos. You gotta
X
throw
video.
yourself, keep
Can you
yourself
click
on
the thumbnail and it does the little snippet?
previews. Yeah,
All right.
that's
I'm
what's
previewing it.
that's clutch right
Hey,
there.
Clutch,
Shit.
XNXX does it. I need
Once
a
they
thumbnail.
once they dropped that shit, I was like, okay, I
Right,
can
you
take
step in and get-
right.
yeah, I
Giving
need
niggas little previews
Little
and
snippet
shit.
before
Right,
I need to see what I'm getting into. I don't want to fully commit because my Wi-Fi bad at my house.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Before I let that page take a
Load
couple
up
minutes to
and
load
shit.
up, let me see a little. Yeah, that is a deal breaker for sites. But back to what I was saying, man. Like,
that shit was way off.
right. But nah, I mean that's textbook.
It's
Why
just
I
like-
wouldn't
it's-
say fuck Starbucks at this. I don't
So-
even go to Starbucks that much, but that's textbook.
I don't go to Starbucks. There's a coffee shop in my hotel, so I go there.
Right.
And that's free. Well, it's not free.
Fuck you. Yeah, if
Just
it's
in
free,
case-
it's better and shit.
Just in case my manager see this. Just it wasn't free. I
Right.
paid for
Right.
I paid for everything when I went in that motherfucker.
Yeah, right,
And I
nigga.
tip and shit.
Right.
But no, I think that's what I, as an African American male, that's what I want to see. I want to see results. When we say there's an issue, I need to see results. I don't want there to be an uproar and we're just express when we're upset. We need to see results. Like
Right.
see two guys walking to Starbucks and they were treated unfairly, and we need to see how you put policies into place to ensure this doesn't happen
Shit
again.
don't happen again,
If
right.
there's a Trayvon Martin gets killed by some fucking nut job, not security guard, neighborhood watch,
yeah.
what are we putting in place to ensure this does not happen again? If police officers are escalating situations, particularly when people of color are involved, what are we doing to put things in place so this doesn't happen again? I fucked that up, didn't I?
Yeah.
But you got what the fuck.
But no,
I'm saying.
I got
But
what you're
yeah,
saying. I know what
it's
you're trying to
results.
say.
Like we need to see action. Like we go keep saying like these things are wrong until these things are fixed. That's the point.
Right. And like you just can't beat that, especially when it's like, you know what, we're gonna show that we don't give a fuck about profit or anything like that.
No.
We're gonna nip it in the bud because it needs to be done. So officially I'm not done with Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks that much, but nigga, you gonna catch me when they do that made half off on frappuccinos. I'm gonna be the first.
I'm not a
nigga in line.
frappuccino guy though.
Shit's fucking delicious, man.
That shit's sugary as fuck, yo.
That's what makes it good, nigga. Is
That's very
you know,
true.
If you don't get diabetes after this shit, then what's the
I
point?
don't want
man?
it. Do you put sugar in your spaghetti?
I've never put sugar in my fucking spaghetti.
Mel,
That's some
you putting
motherfucking
sugar in
hood
your
shit.
spaghetti?
No, we weren't raised like that.
Y'all niggas ain't real niggas. Every real nigga do that.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Nigga,
What are you
not-
supposed to put in it if you don't put sugar in it?
Parmesan cheese.
No, nigga, you put sugar.
Ranch, nigga. You put ranch in that
Who the
shit.
fuck put ranch on that?
Nigga, you don't put cheese and ranch into your spaghetti.
Who the fuck do that?
Here's my analogy on that shit. Cause somebody called me out on that shit. They saw me pouring fucking ranch on my spaghetti.
Nigga,
and I
that's
was
disgusting.
like,
That
nigga,
shit-
that's delicious. You
That
gotta
shit
try
does-
that shit.
That shit don't match.
So all right, so when you eat spaghetti, do you not have a side salad with that shit?
But you eat them separately.
Listen, nah, nigga. All right, so when you go to Thanksgiving, you don't mix the two
Ain't
sides.
no
together?
cucumbers and fucking
Nah,
spaghetti.
but the ranch kind of dribbles over into the
No,
spaghetti.
they're in two separate plates, niggas. A plate of spaghetti is a side
What the
salad.
fuck you talking about? Where I go, that shit is
It's a
all
paper-
on one paper plate. Right. We ain't using two paper plates, nigga. But nah, it's on the same plate. So sometimes the ranch gets over into the spaghetti, and then
Nah, nigga, you don't mix those. You mix like mac and cheese and stuffing, or mac and cheese and greens and shit like
all
that.
right,
It's the
shit,
juices.
bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you the trifecta, bro. It's spaghetti with ranch dressing, some shredded cheese, and hot sauce on that motherfucker.
Nigga, that sounds like you ain't got enough time to eat and you in jail, so you got to mix the plate up and eat it all at once, nigga.
Nigga,
That's what that
shit
sounds
is
like.
fucking delicious, bro. Like, you
Say,
try
hold
that
on,
shit.
side
It's-
ranch.
It's spaghetti, and then you put the cheese on the top of the spaghetti. Not Parmesan cheese, just like shredded cheddar cheese. You know, you get 2 for $4 at Giant and shit.
Because Parmesan, in the
shit's
ghetto, they
just, man.
don't eat shit they can't pronounce.
That
So
shit-
Parmesan is a little far out there.
Yeah, it's kind of tastes like it don't have enough flavor in that bitch. Tastes like cardboard. So you sprinkle the cheddar cheese on top of the shredded cheddar cheese on top of the spaghetti. Drizzle some fucking ranch if you want to be
Yo, that sounds like a
fancy,
hookup.
and then hot sauce on that bitch.
What the fuck?
That
Yeah,
shit is fucking great. Man.
nigga, that's a fucking fillet on the struggle menu.
That shit is the most struggle shit. That shit is clutch as fuck, man.
Who the fuck y'all grew up together, nigga? Mel, you eating that
That's the
shit?
first time I heard of that.
You gotta try that shit. You gotta try that shit. So Fucking Avengers, man. That shit dropped. That shit dropped yesterday, right? Last night.
I'm deleting anybody that posts spoilers. And if I see you in person, I need hands.
That's real shit,
I need
man.
hands, dog. I'm sorry.
real
Don't
shit.
ruin shit for me, dog.
That's like, what is it, like
Are you
10
more
years in the
excited?
making?
More than
I'm
Black
excited.
Panther?
I'm not more. I think Black Panther was more of like a cultural. You know, you got to do that for the culture type.
I meant
shit.
more than a movie.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
way
yeah,
more than a
yeah,
movie
yeah,
that we
yeah.
would. So the Avengers shit is just like if Iron Man dropped or some shit like
That
that.
Civil War shit, boy. That's a follow up to Civil War.
That shit do like that shit. Now, do you think it's gonna? You think because it's what everything led up to? Do you think that shit is gonna outsell Black Panther?
Of course.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck no.
Nigga, it's Infinity War.
It's not gonna out shit. Black
It's
Panther.
the culmination of all the MCU.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you gotta be a Marvel fan. You don't have to be a Marvel fan, but you gotta somewhat be into the Marvel comic books to say, "Hey, I want to see the Avengers." But the Black
All right,
Panther
let
shit,
me ask
niggas
you
was
this.
like, "Yo,
Let me
it's
ask you
black.
this.
I'm going to see it."
Are there more Marvel Cinematic Universe fans as opposed to Black Panther fans?
Absolutely.
So Marvel Cinematic Universe, it like encompasses so many different walks of life, and that's like damn near everybody. So if you're not a fan of the comic books, you're a fan of the films. Like there's like no escaping it because like always the writing's always up there, the action is always up there. So, dude, what the
But
fuck?
niggas,
It's hard to beat that.
But I think that people who went to go see Black Panther on opening night and was like crazy and saw Black Panther like 5 times weren't really Black Panther fans, bro. Like they weren't like, oh, I read the comics, so I need to see this shit. This is everything I've been waiting for since I read the comic books. They wanted to see Black Panther
yeah,
in the masses because it was a culture shock. People wanted to.
But you got to balance that with people that don't, that wanted to see it just as a cultural movement with people that just are fans of great movies and
Right.
have that don't read the comic books that are just fans of Marvel movies.
Right.
So like, I'm not saying it balances out, but I'm saying like those are both backings that need to be
so you're
taken into account for.
You're officially saying that the Avengers movie,
Infinity Wars, yeah.
Infinity's Wars, is going to do over $1 billion, and it's going
Over $1 billion, yeah. What's the pre-sales look? The pre-sales are more than Black Panther.
for real.
Yeah. Nigga,
I don't
I
know.
never buy my tickets in advance. I bought my tickets last Sunday.
Right. But they already like sold out. Like first couple shows.
I don't know, nigga. I got my tickets. Fuck everybody.
Right. Where you going to sit at?
Hunt Valley.
Yeah, don't. Do
I know.
that shit,
Mel
bro.
told me Hunt Valley.
Don't
Mel
do
was
that
like,
shit,
yeah.
bro. Don't-
I already bought my ticket. I'm
I
going.
saw Black. Don't like return, refund that.
No,
shit.
I'm
I want to go
going.
see Black. No, bro.
I'm going.
Like, no,
I'm going.
Don't.
I'm not returning my ticket, nigga. It's too late.
You gonna regret that shit.
I didn't know it was a
I'm telling
bad movie theater till y'all niggas just said something.
you. Nigga,
today.
I want to go see Black Panther in that motherfucker, and then once you once you used to fucking
Nigga,
luxury
I live
seating,
downtown,
nigga.
nigga. I recline
Right.
and shit. I got a
Nigga
bar
got
at my
steak
movie
and shit.
theater.
Right,
and
right,
shit.
right.
That's what I'm used to.
Once you go there, it ain't no turning back, bro. Like, and then Hunt Valley is like fucking so 90s, like fucking.
So you saying Hunt Valley is missionary and like downtown that's like, back shots.
Nah, downtown is like Hunt Valley is like missionary. Downtown is probably like ass licking and some shit. It's
That's some
generational.
wild freaky.
Yeah,
That's
some
what
off
I'm
the
used
wall
to.
shit,
You
right?
feel me?
It's like some new generation shit. So
I
but,
mean, I went because we're doing like a double date thing to go to see the Infinity Wars movie with me, Sarah, my homeboy David, and his wife Jackie. Shout out to them. They're avid listeners, so we appreciate them. Show the love. Can I get a clap for them real quick?
yeah. Clap.
I was supposed to shout them out last time. I forgot. 'Cause I was
Fuck
a little,
you,
I was
Mike.
a
What the
little- I was a little-
fuck?
I was a little fucked up last time.
Right.
But once you purchase your ticket, we're locked in. We're gonna show up like an hour early and shit just to make sure we get good seats.
First
but,
off, niggas don't show up an hour early. So let's be completely serious. You're
Oh.
not going to show up an hour early.
nigga,
You're going to show up 5
Yo.
minutes after the movie started.
we're both black and we have like white girls, so we'll be on time. Like
Oh,
at
yeah,
least
gonna
like,
show right.
like it'll balance out.
Kinda,
like, it's-
sorta,
like,
when you
it'll
still not walking
it'll
out.
balance out and shit.
Nah, that's
Fuck it. I forgot a party we went to. Sario, she's like on time.
nigga.
You know
fuck
me.
that,
If the
man.
party started at 7:30, I
she's-
see y'all niggas at 9:15.
Nigga, who shows up to a party on time?
Yo,
You're not supposed to show up to a party on time.
That's
The
what I
people
try
who's
to tell
throwing
her.
the party
yo.
not even ready
Yo,
for
that's
that
what I
shit.
tell
Right,
her.
right.
We go there and we the first motherfuckers there.
No,
So busy.
man.
I'm like, yo,
Right.
the fuck? But you know,
Hey.
her credit good, so we straight.
Nah, nigga, you gotta no.
I'm
nah,
bullshit,
Fuck
I'm
that,
bullshit.
nigga. Fuck that. At the end of the day, you never supposed to come to a. I don't know if
When are
it's
you
a
supposed
black
to show
thing or
up?
something.
How late?
Nigga, you text somebody and say, "Nigga, is that shit lit yet?" It's people there yet, nigga, and that's when I start getting dressed, nigga. It's like, nah, you supposed to like, all right. So let's say, for example, somebody say, "Hey, look, the party started. The party starts at like 10 o'clock."
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you show up like the party start at 10 and end at 2, so you get there at like 11:30.
That sound about right.
They give enough
I need
peop-
some people. I can't just walk
You
in a
gotta
dry
tell.
ass.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be the first nigga there. So you gotta sit down and tell Sarah like, look, I'm not trying to be there all night. I ain't trying to be holding up the wall and bar and shit on an empty floor.
Post it up and shit.
Right. Sipping the same weak ass beer until people
I
start
get
showing
shit
up.
faced fast. Maybe because I
But
drink
then
fast.
that's the thing. You gonna be the only fucked up nigga there.
That's
so
very true. You don't be
get-
fucked up too early. It's a delicate balance.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
you be
right.
drunk
right.
as shit at 9:30.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody sober as shit. You
Nigga, they
in
playing
that
fucking Belle Biv DeVoe and you like,
Right.
yeah.
You humping random women and shit, or humping the speakers and stuff like that. You can't do that. So I think black people definitely own the
appropriate arrival time.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me.
Nigga.
Not really.
I might get that shit tattooed on my neck.
This nigga time.
Tattoo convention coming up. You going?
Yo, I fucking always am broke during the tattoo convention.
Come on,
My
man.
bread ain't like that during the tattoo convention. Like,
Nigga.
because it's like the 4th through the 6th. My mother's birthday is on the 7th. And nigga, rent due. Fuck you talking about?
Nigga, the rent can wait. Nigga, you gotta get you gotta get rid of that skin. Nigga,
Niggas.
When's the last time you got a tattoo?
Nigga's been over 10 years, I would say. I'm gonna get 2 titties on my forehead.
Bullshit. You ain't about that life.
Big
man.
titties. And put C cup on my cheeks.
Nigga, but nah, that's coming up too. Anything else you guys
Nigga, fuck, are we? Shit, that went, damn. Episode.
Mel-
Jamel, what's going on? Mel, what the
going
fuck
on,
is wrong with you, nigga?
right, nigga, you sad as
Yo,
shit.
quiet as so we need to have a talk. I think he jerked
Going
up.
through something, man. Right.
Popped out.
Are we?
Nigga, we still live.
Oh,
Wow. You good over there,
I'm
Jamel?
good. Man.
You
I'm
straight?
good, I'm chilling.
Tell him about your last 24 hours.
Right, nigga. Goddamn.
I've been up the last 24 hours.
Nigga, God.
Working.
Right, man. The
Nigga,
fuck?
crazy.
Getting
Look.
your adulting on and shit.
Look.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit is tough, nigga. I've offered you, you can be a part of my organization if you want to, nigga. You ain't just got to work 3 hours a day. Look,
Right.
go down to Lexington Market, right? Drop off a bag to my man named Diego. Don't look in the fucking bag.
That's your
All
problem,
right?
talking.
Just drop it off, and I got you 2 racks. That's it. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning at 7.
Right. Well, nah, man. I guess that wraps up the. It was just like the 9th.
9 episodes, man.
God damn, so what we gonna do for the 10th? Are we gonna like have some strippers in this motherfucker? or
I'm
what?
trying to do bumps off of titties. What
I'm
you
with
doing?
that shit, nigga. Come on. So that wraps up episode 10 of the Hunt Club podcast.
See y'all niggas next week.
Next week.
Next
2 weeks,
2
nigga.
weeks.
2 weeks, nigga.
Hey, yo, fuck yo, we out. We got an outro.